Looking for something amazing to do this weekend? Well, we've got some great ideas for you. It's the Fall Frenzy and more, all lying straight ahead right here. Don't go away.
Bring the family and step into a magical world at Linton's Enchanted Gardens, a world full of color and inspiration. Beautiful ideas to transform your home both inside and out. Explore acres of displays to spark ideas for your home and garden, plus expert advice to help bring your ideas to life. Stop by and you'll see why we were voted the best home and garden center in Indiana, or check out lintons.com for ideas galore. Linton's Enchanted Gardens, County Road 17 in Elkhart. Just watch for the attraction signs.
Well, good morning and welcome to another edition here from Linton's Enchanted Gardens on County Road 17 in Elkhart. Always good to be here, especially with Mark Linton, the owner, who always provides some great insight, inspiration in terms of decorating and design. And we're smack dab in the middle of quite a holiday design you put together, you and your staff, Mark.
Yes, we've got quite an assortment this year. It's really the biggest display we've ever had. And it's not only this area, we've got areas all throughout the store. A lot of fall and Halloween interior and exterior decorating ideas on display.
Well, speaking of ideas, we're going to give you some wonderful ideas later in the show, so you don't want to go away. In fact, outdoor landscape ideas, and not only that, but with the ideas comes some great pricing, Mark, and the Fall Frenzy continues here at Linton's, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It's a very popular sale. A lot of our guests look forward to it every year. This is a tradition here. 50 to 90% off savings are select plants, trees, and shrubs.
Now, we had some fun last year here at Linton's in the straw maze, and we're going to have some fun here again this year. This is quite a process to put this maze together. It doesn't happen overnight, does it?
No, it doesn't. It is a huge group effort. We've got staff that works extra hours. We do a different design each year, and so if you were here last year, don't expect to know your way out. There's some dead ends. And we not only have the straw bale maze, but there is a light and sound show going on in there. So kids really get a kick out of it, have a lot of fun.
Well, that's what's really cool about Linton's Enchanted Gardens. It's much more than just what you see here on the set, and there's things really to do for any age. And you know what I like about this time of the year, not only do you have the straw maze, but you also have an opportunity to build a scarecrow. And tell us about that. Walk us through the process, can you, Mark?
Well, it's a lot of fun, and kids of all ages really enjoy it. And what we do is start out with a frame. We have a wooden frame, and what that entails is it's a wooden post that you can actually drive down into the ground to support your scarecrow. And then there's a cross member, and that's a support for the arms. We work with our local Goodwill stores here, and we purchase the pants, we purchase the shirts from Goodwill, and they're available here. We have laundry baskets full of clothes, so you get to select the pants, you get to select the shirt, and you dress and stuff your scarecrow.
Avison has a little help from grandmother Bonnie, doesn't she?
Yes, and Bonnie actually has worked here for, oh my goodness, 10, 12, 14 years, or something like that. Yeah, she brings her granddaughter here, and that's part of their family tradition.
And it can be part of yours, too, if you haven't already made it part of your tradition here at Linton's. And Mark, another great aspect of what you do is involve kids and even adults in pumpkin bowling. And I kind of enjoyed that earlier.
It is. It's a lot of fun. And again, this is a tradition here at Linton's Enchanted Gardens. Started doing this many, many years ago. And it's a charitable event. And it's only $1. You bowl until you burst. And 100% of those those proceeds go to ADEC. And we are blessed with having two very sweet employees that work here. We've got one that's an assistant to our office staff, and then we've got James, who we're going to meet here in a little bit.
So all the proceeds, 100% from the pumpkin bowl, go to ADEC.
And that's right. And it's a great organization located right next door to us here in Bristol.
Well, lots of great things going on here, certainly at Linton's Enchanted Gardens. If you'd like to find out more, you can go to the website, and that's real easy too, lintons.com. And Mark, it's really interesting. We're going to talk about this in just a little bit when we get into the fall frenzy, but you've really stressed, to me at least, now is the time to be thinking about landscaping because of, well, two big reasons. Number one, you're going to save deeply, 50 to 90% off on the products, the select products we're going to be talking about in just a bit. But you still contend this is the ideal time of the year to do planting and outdoor landscaping.
It is, Craig, and actually the plants do great, and you can plant all the way up until the ground freezes. Typically in this part of the country, that's usually around Christmas time. Last winter was very unusual. That was all the way up till the second week of January.
Well, listen, things do change, but what does not change is the quality that you'll find here at Linton's Enchanted Gardens. County Road 17 in Elkhart. Well, if you would, Mark, just a word about our next guest, James. You've briefly touched on him, but he's got a big, big heart, hasn't he?
He does. His main responsibility here is helping us maintain our facility. He provides a lot of our janitorial type of services, but his position has kind of evolved, and he's taken on some additional responsibilities. And that one responsibility that he's taken on himself is he is our official greeter. And it is not unusual for a guest to come walking in the front door, and James, even if he doesn't know them, he does not know a stranger, he will go up there and welcome them to Linton's Enchanted Gardens and probably give them a hug.
Well, let's visit now with James from ADEC Industries. James Ray joins us now here from Linton's Enchanted Gardens, and James is a worker at ADEC Industries and also works here at Linton's. James, I want to know, how can you combine two jobs in 1 week? I mean, you put in a lot of hours, don't you?
Yeah, because that guy would overnight next be, he take me first before he just going to take me to AI.
You're a hard worker.
Yes, I do.
Now, we understand, too, that you goof around a lot, and we saw you here in the pumpkin bowl. You know, I call it goofing around, but you're pretty good.
I did real good, yes, I do.
You even did it left-handed one time.
Sometimes right, sometimes left, sometimes.
You've been here at Linton's for about 7 years total, and 4 of the years here and a couple at the other former location for Linton's. What do you like most about working for the Linton's Enchanted Gardens folks?
Well, because Patrick told me that Linton's are my new family.
Your new family?
Yeah, Mark is my new son.
You like Mark, huh?
Yeah, he's my favorite guy.
Now, you told me as well that he kind of takes care of you when you come here to work.
Yes, I do.
What does he do to take care of you?
He was let me busy too hard.
Yeah.
Working too hard.
Yeah. What kinds of things do you do when you work here at Linton's?
Like sweep, sweep the floor, put a box. Yeah.
Now, Mark talks a lot about the guests here, you know, the customers that come. Have you been able to meet any of the guests of Linton's?
I do sometimes.
Are they nice?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think they'd be interested in maybe doing the pumpkin bowl as well?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
What about other kids? We saw, was it Avison that was bowling out here earlier? Do you see young kids out here bowling?
No.
No, just older kids.
Right. And me too.
And you too?
Yeah.
Now, can you talk about Patrick? He's from ADEC Industries. What do you like about Patrick?
This is a good guy who get a bonus check.
He gives you a bonus check.
Every Friday.
Well, the only time you get a bonus check is when you do good work.
Bonus check, he kept to me every Friday. And he bet like 50 on it. And he 3 5s, 10, 20.
Does he add zeros on occasionally?
Yeah.
Good. That's a good thing. Well, Patrick and James, we really... What?
First time, before he knew his boy, he bought him kind of well. comes from Colorado. He goes to college area, works in State College.
Is that right? So he's a smart guy.
That's one thing I'll tell you. My mom, my father, and this man was there, got from South Bend John Adams High School.
A long time ago?
Yeah, Patrick go to Adams in 1985, and my father in 1985. No, 1950, and my mom in 1960.
And that school's not around anymore, is it?
I work from South Bend. I lived in South Bend 5 years. That's my hometown. I went to school at South Bend, Washington.
I liked Washington. That's a good school.
Panthers.
Yeah, go Panthers.
Oh, yeah.
Well, James, thank you so much. And again, I really like your form out here in the Pumpkin Bowl. And if folks come out here to Linton's, they might see you out here bowling sometime, huh?
Yeah.
Patrick Bickle is the case coordinator at ADEC Industries. And Patrick, a round of applause. James giving you a hand back there. It's fun. I got to believe it's fun working with James and all the other.
With James, definitely. Especially coming to Linton's. He's been coming here for 7 years. On a weekly basis, and as he had said, it's his adopted family, and he's come here to learn skills, social skills, work skills, and as you've heard, Linton's is donating all the proceeds from the pumpkin bowling to ADEC, and I know James just loves coming here, and he's thrilled to have joined in again this year. This will be the 3rd year he's done the pumpkin bowling, and ADEC has been serving folks like James in the Elkhart community for many, many years. And
what kinds of things, Patrick, does ADEC do outside of what we've seen here today? Of course, James working here at Linton's, but there's other jobs, other employers here that you support, right?
Oh, certainly. Many throughout the community, throughout Elkhart and to the Goshen, Middlebury, Shipshewana, all around the area. ADEC serves vocationally and residentially, and we have lots of different events throughout the year. And this is a fun one for the pumpkin bowling at Linton's. And without a doubt, James is their biggest PR person for this event. We hear him talking about it for months prior to today.
Well, you know he's good when Mark treats him the way he does, gives him extra change for the pop machine every time he comes here. And then it sounded to me like he got a couple of new shirts today, too.
Oh, he's proud of his uniform shirts. Yeah, he takes good care of them, and he had to make a decision which one to wear this morning, the green one or the blue one, and so he chose the green.
Well, the pumpkin bowling is right here at Linton's today, and just remember, all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds from the pumpkin bowling go to ADEC Industries, both today and tomorrow, actually, Saturday and Sunday. And Patrick, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bring the family to Linton's Enchanted Gardens, a magical world of fall beauty and inspiration. Magnificent mums and unique Halloween and fall decor. Pick out the perfect pumpkin and visit our free straw bale maze and petting zoo. Fall is the perfect time for planting to make your landscape come alive next season. Enjoy huge savings of 50 to 75% off select plants, trees, and shrubs. Discover a shopping experience that is as unique as you are at Linton's Enchanted Gardens, County Road 17 in Elkhart between the 20 bypass and exit 96 off the toll road.
Well, we talk a lot about plants, trees, and shrubs here at Linton's Enchanted Gardens, and now is absolutely the best time if you ask this gentleman, Mark Linton, about when should I plant, when should I buy. We know it's time to plant, and it's certainly time to buy with the great discounts going on this weekend, Mark.
Oh, awesome deals. We've got a continuation of our Fall Frenzy. Very, very popular sale. We have thousands of plants, trees, and shrubs on sale. Savings of 50 to 90% off.
My goodness, that is incredible. And the weather that we've had, you know, the weekends have been interesting here. But I know last year you said you were busy landscaping through the end of the year. You know, we may get lucky again this year, but probably not that lucky.
I don't know. You're right, Craig. Last year we actually were installing landscape plantings all the way up to the second week of January. Very unusual weather conditions.
Yeah, well, don't bank on it this year, folks. Now is the time. This weekend, certainly the perfect time to be picking up on 50 to 90% off savings here at Linton's during the Enchanted Linton's Enchanted Gardens Fall Frenzy Sale. So let's get started here, Mark, and what do you have up for us first?
Got a beautiful selection of plants here. One of my favorite ornamental grasses here. This is Shenandoah switchgrass, and coming into its glory, not only with the red tips that are starting to emerge here on the ends of the leaves, but these real unusual seed heads that are starting to form at the top of this ornamental grass. This is about a medium-sized grass, getting to be about 4.5 feet in height when it's fully established. With the breeze that we're having today here, really enjoy seeing kind of the movement that this adds, as well as texture to the landscape. Part of our Fall Frenzy sale, this grass normally is $25.99, and it is on sale for only $12.99.
What's up next, Mark?
Craig, what we've got here is a Hicks yew. This is an old-fashioned favorite. Works out very well for the bones of the landscape, and this is something that will grow in full sun. Also will grow in dense shade. In the fall, you start seeing some little red berries here, starting to color up. The birds especially enjoy those. Part of our Fall Frenzy sale, normally $9.99. And on sale for only $4.99.
These containers look good for presentation purposes, Mark, but they go beyond that, don't they?
They do. We actually grow them in these containers out at our 40-acre nursery in Bristol. They have spent their whole entire life in these containers, and that ensures that there's absolutely zero transplant shock. Our guests are just simply sliding these out of the pots that we've grown them in, following our planting procedures, and they will thrive in their new environment.
Got some good color going on here, it looks like.
Yeah, this is a dwarf evergreen here. This is a Cripsey cypress, prized for beautiful, bright golden colored tips that you see there of those evergreen branches. Does well in sunnier sites. It's more of an upright kind of a columnar grower. Doesn't require a lot of pruning, just does a nice job of naturally shaping itself. And also it maintains this look 12 months out of the year. Part of our Fall Frenzy sale, normally this is $9.99, on sale for only $4.99. And out here in front, the very unusual holly. This is called a Drops of Gold holly. Most hollies have green colored leaves. This one does not. It has a little touch of gold on the ends of the leaves there. Almost resembles more of a boxwood rather than a holly. And this one prefers more of a sunnier area. It will tolerate some part shade, but it actually maintains those leaves 12 months out of the year. Shrubs that have leaves that remain on the plant are called broadleaf evergreens. This falls into that category. The Drops of Gold holly, normally $14.99, on sale for only $7.49.
Now is the time to not only purchase the products we're talking about, but Mark, you touched on landscaping, the fact that last year you were able to do a lot of that work right through the end of the year, into the new year. Folks watching at home that want to pick up on some great deals, they also get the support that's known, of course, at Linton's, the support that would help anybody with their landscape designs.
We have all different levels of do-it-yourself program. Very, very popular. If our guests just simply want to take pictures, bring them in, our knowledgeable staff's very happy to sit down with them, help them and coach them, guide them through the landscape process. If you want to get a little bit more involved and you want to take some detailed measurements of your house, you can bring those in along with pictures. That communicates an awful lot. And then the third level would be where we would actually come out to your house and meet you there. These are all services that we provide free of charge. If we're coming out to your house, we just simply request that you purchase a Linton's gift card as a commitment, and that is used towards the initial purchases of the plants that are incorporated into the design. And that starts the process. Our response time, usually we can be out there in about a week, and we allow and budget enough time that we can do the design there on the spot, so our guests are ready to get going and start landscaping their home.
Well, a lot of us have the want to, but we don't have the know-how, and that's what you're talking about here.
Our garden center staff incredibly knowledgeable, staffed with a lot of master gardeners, and actually we've got several of our staff members which came to us after they were actually clients or customers of ours, that they really share the passion for the plants.
Excellent. Well, Mark, a few more items to talk about here during the Fall Frenzy. Again, when we talk about Fall Frenzy, we're talking about deep discounts. 50 to 90% off on select items. What else, Mark?
Another holly here that really doesn't look like a holly either. Again, very soft leaves, not prickly, not pointy like most hollies. And this also is another broadleaf evergreen, meaning it is going to keep these leaves all throughout the winter. This one does well, again, in full sun, tolerates some shade. This is called a sky pencil holly. It gets a whole whopping 12 to 15 inches in width, and that's with never ever pruning it. And your growth is just pretty much going to be columnar and upright here, just occasional pruning on the top of the shrub. And this is something you can easily control. You predetermine how tall you want this plant to get. This works out really well if you're wanting to frame an entrance to a house. Nice to utilize these in pairs, gives you that nice formal balance type of look. This is part of our Fall Frenzy. Normally these are $35.99, on sale for only $17.99.
We have seen this particular plant, haven't we, in some programs in the last week or two or three?
You've seen it incorporated into some of our landscape sites. This is one of my favorites. I like it because if it's used properly, it is low maintenance. You put it in the right area, and that right area would be an area that's really tight, really narrow, someplace where you just really don't want much width, but you're looking for some height.
And a situation that won't get worse over the course of time. You're not going to see this get a lot wider than it is right now, just taller.
You're right, Craig.
What else, Mark?
Oh, another one of my favorites here. This is the cutest little dwarf evergreen. This is a dwarf Hinoki cypress. And any of our guests that see this in the garden center, when they walk by, they just feel compelled to touch it.
Okay, all right.
It's very soft, very fluffy. The new growth is more of a lighter green. The interior growth is more of an emerald green. And this makes just a real nice specimen plant. Requires very, very little pruning, if any. If properly planted, you put it in an area where it's the focal point, you just let it grow naturally on its own, and it takes on somewhat of a columnar or almost a pyramidal type of shape and effect as it slowly matures. Really likes sunny locations, will tolerate some partial shade, so just a great, very adaptable type of evergreen. It's part of our Fall Frenzy sale. Normally this rare and unusual plant's $29.99, on sale, Craig, for only $14.99.
I assume that the hydration needs of our plants, trees, and shrubs here today, Mark, those needs get less and less as we head into the deep fall and winter season?
You're very correct, Craig. With the change in the temperatures here, and we're getting a lot of rains, the need just really diminishes. And our instructions to our guests is when you plant something at this time of the year, of course it needs to have some hand watering, and if you're watering a couple 2-3 times a week, and only for about a minute with a garden hose running over the root system of these plants, that would be adequate. And once we get up into about Thanksgiving, that would be the last watering for the season.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. What else, Mark?
Oh, Craig, what we've got here is a dwarf spirea, and really like this. It's kind of unusual how just this one little area is starting to turn, but I'm starting to see some fall coloration on it. That is our gold mound spirea. Out of all the different spireas that we grow, this is the most dwarf. It's the most compact, and if you would never ever prune it, it really can't get much taller than about 2.5 feet in height. Really can't get much wider than 3 feet in width. Beautiful golden colored leaves all spring and summer. We're starting to see some nice fall coloration on that. And in addition to that, it blooms with the most beautiful clusters of pink flowers throughout the summertime.
Very cool.
And really does best in sunny areas. I particularly like to utilize them around a deck and around a patio, someplace where you're outdoors during the summer months and can enjoy that in full bloom.
Excellent. A lot of variety, as you can see here, during the fall frenzy, Mark.
Craig, the Gold Mountain Spirea, normally $19.99, on sale with our Fall Frenzy, only $9.99.
One more item, I believe, and I like the leaf, the great texture there.
Yes, it does have some nice texture. This is our popcorn viburnum. In the spring and summertime, this has a beautiful, kind of a light green, leathery type of leaf. This is in its full glory with its fall color. Gorgeous burgundy tones here to the leaves. In the springtime, clusters of white flowers. That's how it gets its name. Those clusters of white flowers look like bunches of popcorn. Very, very versatile, adaptable plant. Does well in full sun, does well in dense shade. This one does get larger, so you want to give it plenty of room to grow. And I like to use this around a foundation planting, especially if you've got a space in between a door and a window, or in between a couple of windows where you're really wanting some height. You're wanting to kind of soften a long expanse of a wall or siding. This would be an ideal shrub for that location. It's part of our Fall Frenzy sale, normally $19.99, on sale, Craig, for only $9.99.
Well, as you can tell, things are really exciting right now at Linton's, and as we said at the very beginning of this segment, Mark, you know, there's a couple of reasons why this is such a great time to be picking up on the value here. Number one, the savings, 50 to 90% off select items. And then the fact that, you know, if you do your landscaping now, and you can call on the pros at Linton's to help you if you need that help, but if you do that now, you can enjoy everything full season, spring and summer next year.
Most definitely. This gets them a chance to get rooted in, and especially for those spring blooming flowering trees and shrubs, you get them put in at this time of the year, you're going to be able to enjoy them for the entire season next year.
All right, we'll pick up on the savings again this weekend through next week and all through the Fall Frenzy here at Linton's Enchanted Gardens, County Road 17 in Elkhart. If you'd like to find out more, go to lintons.com. Mark, a special treat for us earlier in the show to be visiting with James and Patrick from ADEC Industries, and again, a reminder that the Pumpkin Bowl, all the proceeds going to help ADEC.
That's right, Craig. 100% of the proceeds going to ADEC. It is only $1, and it is bowl until it bursts, and we invite the community to come out here, help us support ADEC. It's a great cause. We've got two very wonderful employees that are very close to our heart. James has been with us for a long time. He is part of our extended family. We appreciate what the folks at ADEC have done for him and the rest of the residents there, and we would just like to show them our support.
James has quite a little curve on that approach, doesn't he?
He does. James actually goes bowling, normal bowling, not pumpkin bowling, on a weekly basis. And so I would hate to go up against James.
Very good. Well, help ADEC. Come out and visit Linton's. Have a great time. Petting zoo and the whole bunch of things scheduled for you, a full schedule here for you this weekend. Mark, thanks so much. For our producer, Gary Martin, for Mark Linton, this is Craig Wallen. Until next time, so long, everybody.